Yep. We meant to record this a few times in the past few days, but haven't quite made that happen yet. We just picked up Audie from Grandma and Grandpa's house. We stayed at Wildwood Park. It's in Abilene, Georgia. It's one of their city or county parks. If you've never been, it was absolutely gorgeous.
Almost every site's on the water. There's a few pull-through sites in the middle that are so small only a pop-up camper can pull through. But yeah, almost every other site was on the water. There's 2 separate campgrounds up there, and they're all on the water. There ended up being a fishing tournament going on when we got there. Obviously Saturday morning there was a fishing tournament going on, so I get to see the boats launch again. We got there at 3 a.m., so it was a little late. Then we got up at like 6 a.m.
Yeah, which is why he stayed with Grandma and Grandpa the next night, so we could get some sleep.
Have a date night.
Yeah, so it was really beautiful. I would highly recommend it. Perfect price, only $20 a night. So really just checked almost every box for us. I think next time we'd love to take some of the trails.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could take our kayaks too, but we don't have a setup yet where we can carry our kayaks with us just yet. But.
And yeah, so if you're ever looking for a great place to camp, we highly recommend the Wildwood Park. We've heard some great things about the other parks really close by, and there's some great food options too in Evans if you don't feel like cooking. And that kind of segues into what we wanted to talk about this week a little bit, which was food.
One of our favorite subjects.
Yeah, one of our favorite subjects. Probably, I would say it's our favorite subject, just the subject that we tend to talk about quite a bit because...
We do it 3 times a day.
Yeah, you eat 3 times a day, and then it also consumes... Well, most people eat 3 times a day. Randy is one of the odd humans who forgets to eat. So it's at one point I think I set reminders on his phone to remind him to eat when we were first living together.
1 meal a day is okay.
Yeah. But we've mentioned it a few times in our videos how food for us and just has been kind of a challenge, and I guess the more we've mentioned it has been in terms of hinting at some health issues that we're dealing with. I say we, it's primarily Randy. So I'll let him kind of get us started.
Because I get abscess and stuff like that, I get infections really easily. So I wasn't sure where she was going with that.
Yeah, so basically, I guess I can explain it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm also driving while pulling the camera, so I'm not fully thinking and engaging.
Since I guess it was Labor Day, when this first all started, like just before Labor Day, Randy got an abscess, and then since then has either been on antibiotics for an abscess or has been getting them kind of recurring abscesses in different spots, and just in a lot of pain, and so we met with his doctors, and they kind of just said, hey, we can prescribe long-term antibiotics for you to kind of deal with this, which was not something that either one of us really wanted to do. There's a lot of other health issues that can come up if you aren't, if you're on long-term antibiotic treatment. And then also too, like, it's just kind of putting a Band-Aid on the issue. It's not really solving it. And my background and my field and my career has kind of always been looking more at like solving an issue rather than just kind of taking it up and making it look pretty, which in my viewpoint is what antibiotics would do in this instance.
Which, we still take them if I get one, but we don't take one to prevent it.
Yeah, so I think for different people, just kind of as a disclaimer, I am not a medical professional, and neither is Randy. This is just, again, us writing our own story and what works for us and things that are important to us. And we are are fully appreciative of traditional medicine, and I say traditional doctor, so does Randy. But in this instance, we met with, or Randy met with
A hippie doctor.
A hippie doctor is what he calls it. But
Randomly, I was actually doing some work at her house, and she asked me about an abscess I had on my hand where she could see it. So
yeah, so more of an integrative medicine doctor.
Hippie doctor.
Yeah. And she suggested that we start, or that he start the keto diet and do 90 days, and then follow that up by a pretty
6-month paleo diet to
Yes.
follow it up.
yeah, 6-month paleo diet. So right now we're kind of in the keto phase, and I think it's going pretty well. I think it's easier for Randy than it is for me.
Yeah, eat meat and cheese. I can handle that.
Yeah. I am more of a veggie lover, and so this is difficult for me. But I feel like I'm able to modify this to make it fit my eating habits for the most part. So I eat a lot of like Kite Hill yogurt with blueberries and like cacao nibs. There's all hippie things that Randy.
Only thing
makes
I
fun
miss
of
is
me.
fruit.
Yeah. And then I eat a lot of salads. I probably eat more vegetables than most people would think on a traditional keto diet, but I've tested it, and because we have the keto strips and I'm still in ketosis, and it's what feels right for me, and then Randy's doing what feels right for him. We've got some pretty great resources. If you're on the diet and you've never heard of Diane Sanfilippo, I highly recommend listening to her podcast, which is called Balance Bites with Liz Wolfe, and then also she has a new book that's called Quick Start Keto. I actually haven't read it. I flipped through it. I do have her book, Practical Paleo, and I appreciate the detail that she goes into, as well as the simplicity of her meals. And everything I've ever eaten tastes really great. We can link to her spice blends, which have been really helpful in dealing with Randy and Augie's food allergies, which is a separate issue all on its own. And so it's just one part of, I think, our food journey, which most people don't have food journeys, but I feel like for our family it's definitely been a journey.
I didn't even know half the allergies I had until I married this girl, because apparently there's foods out there that weird people eat.
Yeah.
I've learned those as I've gone along. I'd never had quinoa before, found out I was allergic to that. A few other little things that never would have known I was allergic to until we got together.
Yeah, and lucky Augie, he's inherited quite a bit of our personalities and apparently some of our allergies. So we are navigating that road as well, because of course he's going to have very different allergies than Randy, so that makes cooking fun for me. And I mean, we started this food journey a while ago. It started, I would say, actually trying to look to fix the problem was when I started working with a health coach, Tristan Maris. She's the Good Path SD on Instagram, and worked with her, did a 6-month program, and then probably another 6 months of meeting with her monthly online, and really just talking about food and life, and figuring out the best options for us. So if you're ever looking for resources and you feel lost, which is what I did at one point, I recommend getting a health coach. And if you find a good one, they're going to work with you and your family, and also your doctors, to figure out what's going to be best for you. So yeah, I think we can share some more recipes later of things that are working for us on keto. The white chicken chili that I made was definitely a good recipe to keep. We've even found
sausage and summer salad this weekend was really good.
Yeah, we had sausage and summer salad, and so I guess the other thing that's been pretty great for us is we found a local rancher. That's yeah. I always get farmers and ranchers confused. So there's a lot of things that he laughs at me because I don't know. Like, if you're ever wondering, corn in a gas station in the South, if you see the big bags, it's for hunting. Grew up my whole life seeing corn in gas stations, never knew what it was for, and then found out, 3 years ago, what it was. So we've got some great recipes that are good for us. Yeah. So what Randy was saying was Graham Cattle is where we buy our meat, and it's grass-fed beef. So we'll buy beef jerky and ground beef and summer sausage, and then I also bought some organic chickens on sale and keep the freezer stocked with that, and I'll roast whole chickens. We're pretty lucky. Augie loves grilled chicken and the grass-fed ground beef, and we'll give him some veggies with that and some fruit and some plain rice, and he is happy to go. He's not into a lot of the traditional, like what people would think of as kids' foods. So mac and cheese is a no-go in our house. Not even the healthy kind. So that's kind of where we're at food-wise, and making it work, and having the camper and the rig definitely helps on weekend travels, because we are able to cook more. We don't have to, like, pulling through a drive-through, we know we're sacrificing quality.
If you ever want to know what a drive-through burger tastes like, take the bun and all that off, and don't use ketchup, and you'll know exactly how bad that thing was.
Yeah.
It's funny when you eat a burger without the bun, you never realize how little you taste of the food until you do it.
Yeah. Some great places that we found fit our diet, whether it's paleo or keto, is BurgerFi. I would say is our #1 choice. They have a keto burger that's phenomenal, and then the second choice for me would be Zoe's Kitchen. And they have a great kids menu. So their kids menu is basically grilled chicken and fruit, which is actually really hard to find on a lot of kids menus. And then they have some bowls that are delicious.
I like them better on paleo when I can have my fruit.
Yeah. And then what other places too?
Not really a whole lot of other places. I mean, we ate out back the other day, but that was Valentine's Day, so we had to go. But
yeah.
For the most part, it's just cooking at the house has been our ticket.
Yeah, so there's definitely some limitations, but I think if you make it fun and you also try to keep it simple, which is not my forte at all, but if you try to keep it simple, then it works. For us, lately, it's been what we have lovingly nicknamed hodge bowls, which is like a hodgepodge of meat and vegetables. So we'll make some cauliflower rice and then some sauteed zucchini and ground beef.
Basically a taco bowl with just a bunch of random stuff we throw in there.
Yeah. And if you're looking for a really great marinade / cooking sauce, it's keto friendly, I highly recommend the new Primal. We've tried 2 of their sauces so far, and they're both really, really good. And it's a really great company. You can read the label and see all the ingredients, and nothing is unpronounceable. And it's just a really clean product and a great company that does a lot of good work. So if you haven't heard of them before, I definitely recommend checking them out as well. But we'll add some of these links to the bottom of the video. Randy will show me how to do that, because I've actually never uploaded anything yet.
I'll say I'll probably just do a whole video and they'll just have to tell me where they are.
Yeah, but we hope that this little insight is helpful and maybe encouraging to some, and
Add some value.
Yeah, add some value.